Hello, Sheena Douglass here again with the set of perfectly primary AquaTints before you. Now this is a little colour chart I've made, which is what I would recommend with all of your sets that you do, because it's much easier to see what the colours look like when you put them on some. This is the Sheena stamping card. This is just a smooth, nice surface white stamping card, and then you can see the true colours of what you're going to be working with. And then obviously to make things easier, I just pop the numbers on my jar lid so I can see which colours I want, because I may not want to work with just, you know, within the sets. I might want to mix and match once I've collected the other sets. But for this little tutorial, it's all about perfectly primary. Now, if you were going to start with one set and you wanted to be sensible, which, hello, doesn't happen to me very often, but now and again, you never know, this is the set I would go for, because being a primary set, I've chosen it so that it includes your three primary colours: your yellows, your reds and your blues, because you can't mix any of these colours, but technically you can mix lots of other colours with these, just these three colours. Now there's different types of blues, different shades of red and there's different shades of yellow, but we've got a couple of each in there, so this is a perfect starter set. What I'm going to show you with this one, this tutorial, is how to stamp with the paints and also how to mix them. So we'll get started. So first things first, I'll pop that to one side. I'm just going to pop this a little bit back there. Now you'll notice I haven't got a mixing tray here. That's because I'm going to use this dark blue directly out of the jar, and I'm just going to pop about 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 drops onto my non-stick craft sheet, and I'm going to take a piece of cut and dry foam and I'm going to pick it up and get it worked into my cut and dry foam. And hopefully now what you've done is you've created yourself a little mini ink pad. Then I can take a stamp and just go ahead and just lightly tap the colour all over the image. Now I have a confession to make. I tried this stamp out before recording the video, and I stamped it and the ink was perfectly covered, and I stamped the image and it didn't transfer in the middle. I thought, no, what's going on? This works brilliantly. And then I remembered I'm working on one of those plastic, heavy-duty plastic desks with a metal base underneath. So if you're working on a desk like that and you're not getting a good stamped image, always remember, pop your glass craft mat underneath it, or get a piece of MDF offcut or something like that, because these desks are horrible to stamp on. They just give when you apply some pressure, and you won't get an image in the centre of your image. Okay, so then we'll just transfer forward and you've got a fantastically great stamped image. Now to me that looks pretty good. There's not much difference for me, and I've stamped for quite some time now, between a stamp using that dark AquaTint to an ink. Now I'm just going to quickly just wipe that little bit up there, and then I'm going to show you what I would do with that. Is I would, oh no, I haven't got a round brush here, but I'll show you with a flat brush if I can. Just go ahead and then you can just drag some of the colour from the edge Now this is much easier with a round brush, but for speed and for convenience and not stopping the video, I have a flat brush at hand, and you can see you can do it with a little bit of practice. So all that ink, if you use a darker colour, is just, I keep saying ink, it's paint, it's the AquaTints, works just like the ink, where you can drag some of the colour out into the image to solidify some of the area. So that's stamping. As you can see, that works a treat. Okay, now shall we talk about mixing a colour? So if we wanted to, for example, if you look at this set here, all those lovely colours, fantastic, but you know what, I've got no brown. What am I going to do? Well, here's what I would do. First of all, I'd get yourself another little flip chart made with recipes that you can write your recipes down. So what I can do to start off mixing it brown is get a bit of card and take a note of what you're writing down. So for example, I'm going to start with say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops of this yellow colour. Then I'm going to start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops of the red, and then some blue. 1, 2. Let's just do 2 drops of the blue, and then I'm going to mix it together, and I'm going to see what I've got. So I've got 5, 5, 2. Oh, hello. What's this then? Looks like brown to me. See how cool that is? Now we've got that recipe. 552. How easy is that? When you're mixing randomly by, oh, it's a brush load of this or it's a bit of that, and you see artists who kind of instinctively know which colours to go for to make it work. You don't have to be that person because you've got your dropper. You can literally go 1, 2 drops. You got 2 drops. It's that precise. Now if you wanted to mix a larger amount and you go, I love that colour and I've got a little jar and I want to store some, if you look maybe with this lighter one, I might be able to show you on the pipette. If you look on the side of your pipette, you can squeeze and pick up measurements to the lines. Hang on, I'll just get that out there. You can see the lines on the pipette, so you can actually squeeze a definite number of mils on each pipette. So maybe, you know, 10 mils of that, 10 mils of that, and then, you know, a couple of mils of the other. So you can work it in a larger quantity as well. As long as the ratio is 5:5:2, it's gonna work. I might want to make that a little bit cooler, so let's try another drop of blue in it. Just one at a time. Just work it on it, just a bit at a time. There you go. Because the blue's stronger, you need less of it. And you've got a cooler colour there, cooler brown. One more again. Another one. All these shades of brown you have got are ridiculous. Now, these haven't even been washed out yet. What by that? I mean, if you add water, imagine shading. Now, this is why I love paints and inks, because if I was doing this, I love pens as well, but it's sources for courses. You can get, look at all the shades I've got with a little bit of water and that original colour. And I can do that with any of them. I could wash that out. Should still be wet there a little bit. See the colour, the lighter tone I've got coming from there? All those lighter colours from that one mixed colour I've made. It's you know, it's absolutely ridiculous the amount of colours and shades you're going to have at your disposal by just having a bit of a play. Let's add one more blue. See what we're going to get. Oh, great, fab. Got really nice, really cool kind of greyish brown there now. Look at that. So we've gone from that warm chocolatey brown, because it had less blue in it, to this really, really lovely, kind of very cool, kind of more earthy colour. If we push it and keep pushing it, we might eventually end up with it more of a bluey tint. So, yeah, you see it's got, that looks more like a grey colour. Much, still a grey colour though. Kind of like a warm grey. So from that, all these shades, just by that three colours, and just messing around with them. So I hope that's given you a little bit of help there, to have a bit of fun and just make your own little formulas, make your recipes, give them a name. They're your colours, and share them. Okay, have fun, and we'll see you next time for another video.